I'm gonna do this little piece of leather work today. Something simple, easy to do, I think. One of the easiest ones. We're gonna tool this little piece of leather. We're gonna put a spider web on there. And there's a bunch of them that's easy to do, but spider web it's not a whole lot to it. Gonna need that edge beveler, smooth. I'm gonna use an ink pen. We gotta have a knife to cut it in with. You can use the swivel knife, but we're gonna go with this one, or this one. All right, let's get started here. You're also gonna need a little hammer. We'll probably switch it up and use both of those. But anyway, let's draw that spider web on there. I'm gonna start out right here. Just make a like that. Just a little like circle there. We're just gonna try to keep them straight as we can. If they're a little bit crooked or a little bit off, and it's not gonna hurt nothing. This is basically all it is. Just got that pattern on there. Now we're going to come in here and we want to put a little curve line on it. I'm going to drop down, put the little curve to it there. And we'll just follow suit. And we'll off of the first row there. Like so. Let's just continue on here. We want those lines to curve in towards that point right there. And there we have it drawn on there. They have a spider on there, so let's just do one real quick. And all it is it's just a couple of circles. Then we'll come back, bring the legs out. Towards the back, bring a couple out towards the front. We're going to just go ahead and we're going to color that spider in for right now. We'll work on it a little bit more later. Sort of like that right there. And we're going to come in with our we're just going to use this knife. I'm going to get the leather wet. a little spray bottle. We're going to start cutting them lines in. Let's just work on this thing in the middle first here. And it don't have to be perfect. Like that. We'll cut the line in right here. Come in and cut this one in. We're going to go about a 1/16 of an inch or deeper. And we're going to cut in the webbing there. That's what I call it. Cut all the way around on each one of those lines. Just stay right on the line you drew there. We can use that if we want. But I like to just cut it in with a regular knife sometimes. Sort of like an X-Acto knife, craft knife. They're sharp, they're actually like a razor blade. There we have it, all cut in. How well you can see that, but we got it cut in there. Now we'll take our beveler and real quick. I'm going to kind of keep that not saturated, but just damp. You'll figure it out. We're going to lean that beveler back where just the edge is in there. And we're going to draw it right down, like that. And we'll move on to the next one. See if we can get a little better view right there. We're just going to lean it back. Like I say, this is, all you're doing is just a few lines. It'll take shape for you. Kind of show you there a little bit. You can see where it's starting to lay down. Give you some idea what's going on here with it. Now we've done those. We've come down. Now we got to come back and do the other side. And it's going about a 1/16 of an inch into the leather. You want to stay right on the line there, the best that you can. And also, This is raw leather. It's not anything's been done to it. Alright, we've got all those in there. And we want to roll them in. We're rolling those in. Now let's work on this right here. I want to go a little deep on this one. You may have to go over it a couple of times. When you get up in here, it's tight. So what we're going to do is just use the corner of the beveler. Just the corner. We'll lean it back that way and come right around on our line there. Kind of upgrade that hammer just a bit. We want to go kind of deep right here. If you have to go over it a couple of times to get that in there, because we're gonna do an undercut on the webbing there. Kind of give it that little three-dimensional look about it. But so far there's where we're at with it. I'll keep going. So far, we're not going to cut around the spider. You can, but it's not easy. It's pretty small. Maybe in the next video we'll cut one of those in. Little X-Acto knife that we modified just for cutting, for the undercut. You want that want it to be razor sharp. Cut that in right there. And kind of raise it up. You don't have to do this. I mean, it already looks good like it is. But if you want to give it that little extra, I'm just going to come in and undercut I'm going to come in with this little tool right here, some kind of a, for clay carving or whatever. We're going to raise that up. You can see the back of that's like a spoon, a little pointed thing on the front. I'm just going to raise that up a little bit and keep going around till we go all the way around it. You want to take your time, and you don't have to have that little tool. You can use your knife to raise it up with. Let's see here. And the deeper under there you go, you can go a little deeper on. And I like to use this. It's raise the leather up. The leather's wet, and you're going to sort of wet mold it there. Raise those up. You just want to kind of give it that little extra where you're raising those up there. Kind of like it's moving in the wind there for you. But actually the spider web is a camouflage design. It's to fill the background in, to push everything forward. That's what I use it for. It's a little painstaking, but everybody's got their own little technique, I'm sure. So it's kind of a hit and run. Plus you get to make discoveries with the leather that you never knew there. Like I say, we're kind of wet pouring it with this. Again, you can take a look. You can see how they've raised up there. And it kind of just gives it that little bit extra that you're looking for. Starting to dry out a little bit. Just squirt a little water on it. You can see on this corner right here, I actually went out the side, but I stopped just in time, so you can't really tell it. We'll just leave it like it is. Like I say, you want this razor sharp, or as sharp as you can get it. They already come very sharp. I like to hone them down just a little bit before I start. And again, you can use it to kind of raise that up if you want. If you don't have the other tool, you can make you one. This is one that I made years ago to kind of raise that up. I have another one. I made out of a welding rod. And it fits under there pretty good. You want to kind of raise those up. But I like this one. Come back and make sure they're all raised up, because when it dries, it'll harden, it'll wet mold. That's the effect you want. I'm going to get it, each one of them up there and work them up a little bit. And there's the spider web carved right into the leather. And like I say, this is it's good for a background, for a fill-in, for camouflage. And if you'll notice on some of my work there, my last video, I had the lantern case and background. And it makes an interesting conversation piece. You can come in with a lighter, and it will dry the edge out and make it a little harder. If you have to shape it back, you can just kind of get it wet a little bit. Kind of work it back up. Then when it hardens, when it dries, it'll get pretty much hard for you and stay right where it's at. But you want to kind of work these back up, because it will shrivel them down just a bit for you. Way around it here. All right, there you have it, spider web tooled into a piece of scrap leather. Kind of show you how they're raised up there. All right, now, I hope you enjoyed. Hope you enjoyed the video a little bit there, and I'll see if I can't do a something else. It's pretty easy. We'll transfer something on a piece of leather, and we'll tool it in, and then we'll just see where we go from there. But again, one of the easiest ones I think that you can do. It's all it is lines. There's not a whole lot of curvature to it. It's simple. You just follow suit there on what you drew, and it's that simple. Let me say God bless to you. Thanks for coming by and watching the video. It's a little bit long, but we'll catch you in the next one.